You are not being observed by cameras or authorities, but by the people around you. Every time you step outside, you enter an arena, a quiet, unseen space where status is tested, power is measured, and weaknesses are noticed. The uncomfortable reality is this: you have been marking yourself as a target. You move through life believing that openness is a moral strength. You assume that being an open book makes you reliable. You believe that showing your emotions openly proves your humanity. Machiavelli would have called this naive. Centuries ago, he warned us, everyone sees what you seem to be, but few ever understand what you truly are. When you expose everything to the world, you leave yourself with nothing. No mystery, no protection, no leverage. Most people ruin their own reputation not because they are immoral, but because they are careless. They overshare. They pour their emotions, their plans, and their insecurities into public view, where anyone can step on them. Today that stops. We are going to close the cracks in your public image. By the end of this, you will understand why silence carries more weight than words, and how to move through a disorderly world like a shadow, untouchable, unreadable, and quietly powerful. But first, you must accept this truth. Your desire to be noticed is exactly what is causing you to lose presence. The ancient Stoics and Renaissance tacticians agreed on one principle: the mind must be a fortress. A fortress with its gates wide open is not strong. It is already collapsing. We are going to examine 9 specific behaviors that drain your power in public. Some of them are habits you repeat daily. Others are traits you believe are positive. They are not. They are signs of submission. Learning this is not about becoming cold or detached. It is about becoming self-governing. It is the difference between a king and a court jester. One commands attention by withholding it. The other begs for attention through performance. Be aware of this. Once you stop engaging in these 9 behaviors, people will change how they treat you. They will stop feeling sorry for you. They will stop taking advantage of you. Some may even begin to feel slightly uneasy around you. If you are not prepared for the distance that comes with authority, stop now. If you are ready to reclaim your privacy and your power, let us begin. 1. Never reveal your next move. The most addictive substance today is not chemical, it is approval. The fastest way to get it is by announcing your plans before you act on them. I'm starting a business. I'm going to the gym 5 days a week. I'm leaving him. You say these things to experience the emotional reward of success without putting in the effort. Machiavelli understood the mistake in this. The moment you reveal your intentions, you give rivals, and even jealous friends, a blueprint to interfere. Speaking a goal out loud releases the energy needed to complete it. Your brain feels satisfied too early, and worse, you alert others. Conceal your intentions, wrote Robert Greene, a student of Machiavellian strategy. When people do not know what you are doing, they cannot prepare against you. They cannot block your progress. Move quietly. Let outcomes speak for you. There is a distinct power in someone who disappears for 6 months and returns with a new business, a stronger body, a different life. No announcements. No hints. Just results. When you broadcast your plans, you are seeking permission. You are waiting for approval from the group. Stop doing that. A lion does not announce itself before the hunt. It makes noise only after the victory. If you want to be taken seriously, speak less and work more. Let others wonder. Let them speculate about what you might be doing. Their imagination will usually create something more impressive than the truth. The mystery of unrealized potential is one of your strongest assets. Do not trade it for brief praise at a dinner table. 2. Never complain about your problems. This is one of the most widespread human weaknesses. Complaining. I'm exhausted. My boss is incompetent. The system is unfair. Listen carefully. Most people do not care. And those who appear to care are often relieved that you are struggling, because it makes their own lack of progress easier to accept. When you complain in public, you are doing 2 things. First, you are admitting that you have lost control. You are signaling that you are a victim of circumstances, like a leaf pushed by the wind. Leaders do not complain. They either change the situation or they endure it. There is no third option. Second, you are placing your negativity onto others. You become an emotional drain. People may nod politely. They may offer a shallow, "I'm sorry," but at a subconscious level, they are pushed away. They label you as low status. Machiavelli observed that people are naturally repelled by misery. They are attracted to strength, energy, and success. If you walk around carrying your problems like a heavy coat, do not be surprised when people choose to avoid you. This does not mean you bottle up your emotions until they erupt. It means you select your outlets carefully. Vent to a therapist. Vent to a trusted mentor. Do not vent to the public. Do not vent to your coworkers. To the world, you must appear composed. Even if your life feels like it is collapsing, your public presence should remain calm, steady, and controlled. This is what the Italians call sprezzatura, a practiced ease, the skill of making difficulty appear effortless. If you are suffering, suffer with dignity. There is deep respect for the man or woman who carries a heavy burden without breaking and without shouting. Become the person who, when asked, "How are things?" simply smiles and replies, "Moving forward." Third, never lose your temper. Anger is an emotion. Aggression is a tool. There is a difference. When you lose your temper in public, yelling at a waiter, snapping at a partner, engaging in road rage, you are not displaying strength. You are proving how easily you can be controlled. If a stranger can take over your nervous system and reduce you to a shouting child simply by cutting you off in traffic, you are not free. You are ruled by impulse. Machiavelli advised that a ruler should be feared, yes, but never hated. Nothing creates contempt faster than poor emotional control. A person who cannot govern himself cannot govern anything else. When you explode, you expose your triggers. You show the world exactly where your weak points are. A clever enemy will store that knowledge and use it against you later. They will know exactly what to say to make you appear unstable, irrational, and dangerous. Silence is always more intimidating than noise. Imagine a boss who yells when angry. Now imagine a boss who goes completely quiet, who holds eye contact, who speaks softly. Which one is more unsettling? The one who screams looks foolish. The quiet one looks dangerous. Develop the steady stare. Develop the pause. When you feel anger rising in your chest, that is the moment to stop. Do not speak. Do not act. Allow the silence to hang. The other person expects conflict. When you refuse to give it, they are left wrestling with themselves. They look exposed. You appear untouchable. Master your nervous system, or the world will do it for you. Fourth, never apologize when it is unnecessary. We live in a culture of constant apology. We apologize for existing. We apologize for asking questions. We apologize for holding opinions. Sorry to bother you. I'm sorry, but I think... Stop. An apology is an admission of fault. It is a signal of submission. When you apologize for things that are not your responsibility, or simply for taking up space, you lower your position. You are telling the world, "I am beneath you. Please excuse my presence." Machiavelli understood that a leader must appear reliable and composed. While you are human and will make mistakes, your apologies should be reserved for moments when you have genuinely done wrong. If you are late, do not say, "Sorry, I'm late." Say, "Thank you for waiting." If you disagree, do not say, "Sorry to disagree." Say, "I see it differently." Notice the difference. The first asks for forgiveness. The second states reality. Excessive apologizing makes you appear weak, uncertain, and insecure. It invites exploitation. People begin to feel they can blame you for things because you are always ready to accept fault. Save your apologies for moments when they truly matter. When you have genuinely broken a promise or caused real harm, apologize once, honestly, and correct it. Do not repeat it. But for the everyday friction of life, hold your position. Take up your space. You do not need permission to exist. Never reveal your financial situation, whether high or low. Money is the most sensitive nerve in the human body. If you show that you are poor, the world will treat you with pity or ignore you. Poverty, in the Machiavellian view, is considered a failure. It suggests a lack of ability, a lack of favor. People distance themselves from failure because they fear it might spread. If you show that you are wealthy, you invite envy. And envy is the most dangerous emotion. It is the feeling that makes a friend hide a knife behind their back. No weakness covers a person in shame more than being seen as lacking. Yet no danger is greater than outshining the master. If you display your wealth, the watches, the cars, the receipts, you are not impressing others. You are humiliating them. You remind them of what they do not have, and over time, they will resent you for it. They will try to take it from you through theft, legal attacks, or social damage. True wealth is quiet. It appears in the quality of the material, not the size of the logo. Keep your finances a mystery. Let others guess. If you are struggling, look clean, sharp, and organized. Do not appear poor. Look as if you are in a temporary, strategic retreat. If you are succeeding, look at ease. Do not look like a sudden winner. The objective is financial ambiguity. You want people to assume you are doing well, but never know exactly how well. This shields you from those seeking handouts and from rivals aiming for your position. Your bank account is a weapon. Keep it secured until you must use it. 6. Never gossip or speak badly about others. Great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. Small minds discuss people. Gossip is the currency of the weak. It is a bonding tool for those with nothing meaningful to offer. When you gossip, it may feel like you are creating a connection, but you are actually damaging your own reputation. Consider this. When someone shares a mutual friend's secrets with you, what do you think first? If they speak to me about them, they will speak to them about me. You immediately distrust the person spreading the rumors. Machiavelli warned that a ruler must avoid being hated or despised. A gossip, a busybody, earns contempt. It makes you appear petty, idle, and spiteful. More importantly, information is power. When you gossip, you give that power away for nothing. You leak leverage. A strategic mind listens to gossip but never adds to it. Be a black hole for information. Let people talk. Listen, observe, collect the details, and then remain silent. This makes you quietly powerful. People will sense that you know their secrets, but they will not know if you have shared them. That uncertainty gives you control. Never speak negatively about your enemies in public. It makes you appear obsessed and resentful. If you must defeat an enemy, do it through action, not words. Do it so quietly they never realize it was you. To speak harshly shows they wounded you. To say nothing shows they are beneath your attention. 7. Never explain your philosophy. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Marcus Aurelius. There is a tendency, especially during self-improvement, to preach. We discover a new diet, belief system, political view, or philosophy like Stoicism or Machiavellian thinking, and we want to announce it to everyone. We try to convince others and prove ourselves right. Do not do this. First, it is irritating. No one enjoys being lectured. Second, and more importantly, it turns you into a hypocrite. The moment you declare your rules, I never lie, I wake up at 5 a.m., I follow this strict code, the world watches closely, waiting for you to fail. And you will fail. When you do, they will mock you and call you dishonest. By stating your standards out loud, you build a trap for yourself. You give others a measuring stick to strike you with. Machiavelli advised appearing moral, faithful, and humane while remaining adaptable in practice. When you publicly lock yourself into a rigid code, you lose that adaptability. Live your philosophy. Show it through behavior. Let people wonder, why are you so calm? Why are you so disciplined? Only then should you offer a small explanation. Your actions should speak so clearly that words become unnecessary. The strongest proof of your principles is your life itself, not your defense of it. 8. Never seek approval or validation. This is the root of many other failures. The deep desire to be praised, to be told you are good. From childhood, we are trained to seek approval from parents, teachers, leaders, and authority figures. We learn to perform for rewards. If you want to become a self-governing adult, you must remove this instinct. When you search for approval in public, fishing for compliments, checking reactions to your jokes, adjusting your opinions to fit the group, you hand over control. You are saying, my self-worth depends on you. Machiavelli understood that a ruler must be self-contained. He listens to advice, but the final choice is his alone. He does not ask the crowd for permission. When you stop trying to impress others, something unexpected happens. They begin trying to impress you. Validation always flows from higher status to lower status, never the other way around. The individual who engages in this behavior operates from a low-status position. The individual who judges that behavior holds higher status. When you ask for approval, you permanently place yourself in the lower rank. The only validation that truly matters is the reflection you see in the mirror. Did you follow your code? Did you carry out your plan? Did you maintain control over your mind? If the answer is yes, the crowd's applause is irrelevant. If the answer is no, the crowd's applause is meaningless. Become resistant to praise and criticism alike. They are two sides of the same coin. Manipulation. If a compliment can elevate you, an insult can break you. Reject both. 9. Never expose your vulnerability or your shadow. Modern psychology encourages vulnerability, sharing trauma, and showing emotion in public. It is labeled as courage. Machiavelli would call it self-destruction. There is a proper time and place for vulnerability. It belongs in the privacy of your home, shared only with those who have earned the right to see your inner self. It does not belong on social media. It does not belong in the boardroom. It does not belong on a first date. The world is not a therapy session. It is a hierarchy. When you bleed in open water, sharks do not feel compassion. They feel appetite. If you publicly reveal your deepest insecurities, past wounds, and darkest fears, you hand others a blueprint to dismantle you. You tell them exactly where it hurts. You say you fear abandonment or doubt your intelligence. You think this creates connection? The Machiavellian observer hears something else. If I want to control him, I threaten to leave. If I want to hurt her, I make her feel foolish. You are told to integrate your shadow. Yes, you must confront your demons. But you do this in private. You do this in the forge of your own discipline. When you step into the public eye, you wear armor. This is not about being false. It is about being protected. A king does not walk among the people exposed. He wears the crown and cloak not because he is superior, but because he represents order. If you want to lead and earn respect, you must appear complete. You cannot guide others through a storm while drowning yourself. Keep your wounds hidden until they become scars. Then show the scar as a lesson, not the wound as a request for rescue. If you stop engaging in these 9 behaviors, you will feel a vacuum around you. You will speak less. You will complain less. You will explain less. At first, people will ask if something is wrong, noticing your silence. They will push you. They will try to provoke you to bring back the old, reactive, insecure version of you. They preferred the old version because it was predictable and easy to manage. Stay firm. In that silence, in that absence of approval seeking, you build gravity. You become a center of power. By removing these habits, you remove the handles others use to control you. You become smooth and difficult to grasp. You start observing more because you are no longer performing. You finally begin to see clearly. You notice the strings attached to others, their insecurities, their deceptions, their desperate need for validation. Once you understand the game, it can no longer control you. Machiavelli did not teach these principles to turn you into something evil. He taught them to make you effective. His goal was survival in a court full of threats. The world is loud. Everyone demands attention, validation, and sympathy. Be the one who remains still. Be the one who observes. Be the one who keeps their cards close. But this leads to a dangerous realization. Once you seal the leaks in your public image, once you stop giving the world access to your thoughts, you are left alone with your mind. For most people, that is frightening. When the external noise fades, the internal voices grow louder. You have learned how to defend yourself from the outside world. But how do you defend yourself from the enemy within? How do you rule your own mind when the gates are closed and you sit alone in the throne room? That is the real battle, and that is what we must examine next. Subscribe, because a fortress is worthless if the king has lost control.